Hi, this is Joe Serta, President of NAIFA-Indiana, welcoming you to the June edition of NAIFA-Indiana This Month, your video newsletter. May was a great month for advocacy. NAIFA National held its virtual congressional conference, and NAIFA-Indiana finished up work on some very important legislation at the state level. Joining us now is our Government Relations Committee Chair, Andy Buter. Andy, welcome to NAIFA-Indiana This Month.
Thanks for having me, Joe. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to have the report we have for the Government Relations Committee for the 2021 legislative session. Indiana has needed some revamping of their long-term care policies for quite a while. NAIFA's been kind of pushing to do this for the past several years. Well, 2021 was the year that it finally happened, with the Deficit Reduction Act language being brought into the State House by Senator Grooms, Senator Zay, and Senator Walker, and the House of Representatives by Representative Carbaugh. The language that we need to bring the long-term care contracts into the 21st century is really coming into play right now. We have several hurdles to pass, though, but the law is there that says deficit reduction can be a part of the long-term care. This is going to give a lot of flexibility for us to sell different products, better products, more affordable products, and tailor some things to our people. We have a couple of hurdles that we have to pass, though, with this. We have to get the feds to sign off on the grandfathering of our existing partnership program policies that need to be grandfathered. And then there also need to make some changes to the Medicaid programs from the federal level on language with the agreement they have with the state of Indiana. But NAIFA National is helping us with this. We've got contacts in place, and we feel that this will be done. It may take a little while, but we got the ball has started rolling. NAIFA-Indiana's got Indiana online, and things are looking pretty good with that. Also, part of the change that happened in the session this year is there's a new limit on how long medical providers have to get attending physician statement information back to the companies. There's a 30-day limit now was written into the law, and if they don't get that back in 30 days, they can face financial penalties. This should help improve our underwriting speed and get our customers covered quicker, get policies in force, and we think it'll just be better for everybody in the state of Indiana that this happens. The people that we had on the Government Relations Committee were a fantastic group. Bill Barber, John Hafner, Tom Gerhardt, Sherry Kramer, and especially Larry Rickey, Greg Boyer, and Kyle Sear, who had some direct contacts with the legislators with this language. Also, I want to shout out to Chris Barnhouse, who's probably the resident authority in Indiana, maybe in the country, on long-term care history, long-term care, how it works and whatever. So without all these people, we would have never got this thing done. And it's been a great accomplishment. It's a feather in NAIFA-Indiana's hat, and it's just good for all the consumers in the state of Indiana. So with that, it's been a great session. You know, we got some work to do yet, but we roll up our sleeves, and there'll be some other challenges. We're going to talk about some annuity suitabilities next year and some things like that. So there's always going to be some work. Any of you out there listening to this would love to be a part of this. We need people to get on board with the Government Relations Committee. We need people to get a hold of Greg Boyer for the Political Information Committee, the PIC committee. If you know a state senator, if you know a state representative, or if you know our federal people, we need liaisons for all of them. So please contact us. But again, it's been a pleasure to be a part of the NAIFA-Indiana Government Relations Committee, and hopefully we've done a good job serving Indiana.
That's an impressive list of accomplishments, Andy. Congratulations to you and your team.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure. Oh, I almost forgot. We got two other people that we need to thank too. Obviously, John Zarek, sometimes he gets he does such a smooth job. We forget about him. And of course, Sandy and Mary on the state office, keeping all the information flow going with everybody too. So it takes a village to get it done, and we got a pretty good village.
The most recent news is we're getting a new insurance commissioner.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. At the end of April, Stephen Robertson, who's been the insurance commissioner for the last 10 years and was the longest serving commissioner in Indiana history, announced his decision to retire June 1st. At the end of May, the governor announced he was naming Amy Beard, who's no stranger to the insurance people in Indiana and is a welcome addition to become our commissioner for the state. Very savvy in the insurance area. She's worked on a lot of issues, and she's a person who will look out for the customers and people in Indiana, make sure that the rules and regulations are being followed and that we're selling good products and we're taking good care of them. She'll also be good to us because she's somebody who's approachable and we'll be able to work with her very well. We're just looking forward to a good relationship with her starting June 1st.
I agree. I can't think of a better candidate for the job. Advocacy didn't just work at the state level. NAIFA National had its virtual congressional conference May 25th and 26th. Although we couldn't be there in person due to the pandemic, we were able to attend great online sessions and meet with both our senators. Our communications team is working with NAIFA National to produce a video synopsis. We hope to have it ready for next month's edition of NITM. We were unable to record our meeting with Senator Braun and Senator Young, but we were able to explain NAIFA's talking points on some key legislation. To see the talking points, click the link in this email. But advocacy isn't only for NAIFA-Indiana's Day on the Hill and NAIFA National's Congressional Conference. We encourage our members to stay in touch with their representatives at all levels of government throughout the year so they can become a source of information for them. The coming of June for many of us means our children are out of school. But for financial services professionals, school is always in session. To explain NAIFA's educational opportunities, we are joined by Elena Philo, NAIFA National's Vice President of Professional Development. Hi, Elena. Welcome to NAIFA-Indiana this month.
Hey, Joe. Thanks so much for having me today.
Elena, why don't you tell us a little about what you do and the professional development programs NAIFA has available to its members?
Absolutely. Thanks again. So I am the Vice President of Professional Development here at NAIFA National. Our responsibility is for the national programming that's happening across the nation. Obviously, we've had to make some very quick pivots over the past year, and we've had to make some changes to the way that NAIFA has done their educational offerings. Historically, we've done a lot of the in-person side of things, so we still have had our conferences, our P+P, our congressional conference, which just wrapped up yesterday, actually. And in addition to that, we have our National Leadership Conference. So where we have been historically is more focused on that in-person avenue, but we're really making this strong pivot over into the digital space. What that means for us is that in addition to our monthly NAIFA Live sessions that we do that are all virtual, we are starting to have more webinar programming that's coming out. We've been partnering with other organizations to provide educational content to our membership across the board. We've also now entered in a learning management system. So what that means is we now have a hub for asynchronous courses that we're building out. And when I say asynchronous, what that means is self-paced, self-timed programs. So for example, we have our LACP prep course that has launched just a couple weeks ago, actually. So that's a course that's available for anyone to take who wants to take the LACP exam. We have our online Lily program. So I know there's been a lot of buzz around that. Traditionally, Lily is an in-person program that's administered at the state level. But going forward, we are also offering the online version of that. We actually launched that last week. And this is an opportunity for those that can't go to their state Lily events to be able to still participate and benefit from all that is the Lily program itself. We also have just launched a grassroots engagement course. So what that is it's a state level advocacy course to really help people develop relationships with their local legislators. And we have a one-on-one course that launched on Tuesday during the congressional conference. We are launching the 201 and the 301 courses shortly in the next couple of weeks. So you can see there's a lot of changes that are starting to happen, a lot of curriculum that's being developed. There's more coming down the line, I'm sure, but we're really, really excited to continue to push forth education from a national level.
Those are really great programs, and they tie in so well with what we're doing locally.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard a lot of good things there at NAIFA-Indiana, and I'm really excited about the pivot that you all have made into the hybrid and the virtual space as well. And you've got some programs coming up as well.
Yes, we think that's a method that really works for everyone. Those who want to attend in person can, and those who want to view the virtual session can participate as well.
Exactly. When our NAIFA Nation works together, we give some great professional development to all our members.
Absolutely. Together we can take on anything. While many of us go on vacation in June and July, one group of our members who won't be taking any breaks are our health insurance professionals. We are joined by two of them today, Andrea Bogard and Amber Fletcher of our Communications Committee. Hi, Amber. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for joining us for NAIFA-Indiana this month.
It's our pleasure.
I understand you health insurance professionals, instead of taking the summer off to rest up for your breakneck open enrollment period in October and November, are working through the summer.
That is
That's
correct.
right. So to introduce myself, I'm Andrea Bogard, and my health insurance agency specializes in small employers, individuals, and seniors in Jeffersonville. Have you heard the saying, nothing is constant except change? Our industry is no exception. Just when those of us who write individual medical insurance were finally exhaling after open enrollment ended December 15th, things changed dramatically. Our closed enrollment door suddenly opened again. Along with that came other changes that surprised us all, in mostly good ways and in some cases great ways. Amber Fletcher with Fletcher & Associates in Lafayette specializes in the same areas that I do. She's going to give you specifics about these changes to help you better understand the options and answer questions some of your life or property and casualty clients may pose to you, or questions you may have yourself. Amber?
Thank you, Andrea. As Andrea mentioned, there are some changes going on currently for the marketplace plans. Right now, we are in the American Rescue Act of 2021 special enrollment period. That means that until August 15th, anyone who is currently enrolled or would like to enroll in a marketplace plan is eligible to do so, and hopefully see some savings in those premiums for already enrolled members. If you have not made a change and or updated your application on the marketplace or with your broker, agent, whoever you use to assist you in doing this, please make sure you do so by that August 15th deadline. As Andrea had said before, this is not a constant. Things do tend to change with the marketplace plans. So this is not set in stone as of yet. This deadline could be changing, but we are hoping to see no more changes with this year. As with anything with the marketplace, it is yet to be seen. So if you have not made a change by August 15th, at this point in time, you will not be eligible to lower those premium tax credits. Another thing to know, if you have updated your application on the marketplace but did not complete the process to receive those lower premium tax credits you may have been eligible for, you can hold off on those and reconcile at the end of the year when taxes are done. However, if you do wish to receive those lower premiums, please be sure to complete those applications. If you did not receive emails from the marketplace, your application probably was not completed and you need to log back in and complete the process. Otherwise, those savings will be reconciled at the end of the year when you do your taxes. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to the marketplace directly. You can contact them 800-318-2596 or reach out to your agent that has helped you in the past. Another thing that we would like to mention, anyone that has qualified for unemployment during this time, you are eligible to receive premium tax credits, and they could be very, very high for those credits for anyone receiving unemployment. However, that is not going to be set in stone. Once again, they are attempting to review later this year in regards to that. So anyone who has received unemployment, please pay close attention to that at tax time, because there are yet to be changes, we believe, in that area. Another note, anyone that has received COBRA, you may be receiving eligibility for additional savings to you on those COBRA premiums. So please be sure to talk to your employer. I am not a specialty as far as large group goes, and I know that I don't feel Andrea thinks she is either. So if you receive anything in regards to COBRA, please feel free to reach out to the marketplace, but your best bet is going to be reaching out to that employer that you received the COBRA benefits through. I think that's about all that I have. Andrea, do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. Thank you for all of that additional information. And our goal is to help you better understand the health insurance options. If you have any questions for either of us, please let us know. We'd love to help. If you need to contact us and don't necessarily have our contact information, you can always reach us through the NAIFA-Indiana State Office. So I think that's all we have right now. Back to you, Joe.
Thanks for that excellent information, ladies. It doesn't look like our health insurance professionals will be taking much time off this summer, but as COVID restrictions are eased, some of you, and more importantly, some of your clients may decide to travel. But vacations, particularly in this era, have their own risks. Here to tell us a bit about travel insurance is Alex Cooten, owner of Indy Travel Leaders in Indianapolis, and Stephanie Fish of AIG Travel Guard. Alex and Stephanie, thanks for joining us for NAIFA-Indiana this month.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
What should our members know about insuring their travel plans this summer?
Oh gosh, the easiest answer to that is most definitely you need to insure your travel with travel insurance from Travel Guard.
Insurance with traveling right now is very, very important. There's a lot of countries that require you to have travel insurance before you can actually enter their country. So the demand for travel insurance is definitely up in post-COVID world. Not to mention that, who really wants to travel to another country without actual insurance? COVID has changed the way things are done in the whole world. If you have travel insurance on one of our core products like Deluxe, Preferred, or Essential, then you do have COVID coverage. So if what happens is if you get COVID just prior to your trip, you're diagnosed with it by a medical professional, and you can actually go ahead and submit a claim. That's a claimable reason. If you're actually traveling and you get COVID, for example, then trip delay, trip interruption, and medical benefits would all kick in to help cover you while you're traveling and keep you safe.
Who I am is I'm Alex Huden. I own Travel Leaders Indy here in Indianapolis, out on Fall Creek and 82nd Street. We've been in business for over 27 years now. And I've got here with me today, too, who you just heard from, Stephanie Fish. She's the Director of Sales for AIG Travel Guard Insurance. And, what I also want to do is to kind of explain how we assist and also the planning process. Like I said, we opened in October 1994, where we are a group of 6 agents, with 4 inside agents and 2 independent contractors, with a combined experience in selling travel of 121 years. That's an average of over 20 years per agent, if you can figure that out real quick. What we assist people with is airline reservations, resorts, hotel accommodations, in-destination tours, excursions, airport transportation, and of course, travel insurance. Travel insurance, biggest question is do I need it? Stephanie?
Yes. You do.
I mean, it's most definite because, as Stephanie just mentioned, a lot of countries will not let you into their country without travel insurance. There are 3 main policies, plus they've got other things that other policies that protect too, Deluxe, Preferred, and Essential. And then how do you buy it? One of the ways is of course, and I'll show you, on our website, a page that is dedicated to, why should I buy travel insurance? One of the things, of course, is cancel before departure, trip delay, trip interruption, flight cancellation, baggage protection, and of course, emergency medical. And Stephanie, as well as myself, can tell you many stories about clients that have had problems in Europe or just wherever, where they've had to go to the hospital and then had medevac out and lots of different things. But it's very easy to go onto our website to buy travel insurance, which makes it very easy. The Travel Guard Plus, Deluxe, Preferred, Essential, Pack and Go, just any type of travel insurance that anyone really needed. And our agents in the office are very knowledgeable about which travel insurance is really good. That's a real high level type of explanation. Do you have anything to add in there, Stephanie?
Just that travel insurance covers a lot of different things that can happen to you while you're traveling. It can cover you not only just if somebody gets sick at home and you need to come back, and then it pays for your unused portions of travel. It covers you while you're down there. If you trip and fall and break your leg, if you actually have to be emergency evacuated out of a country, and God forbid, if somebody actually dies, because people don't think about this, but obviously when somebody dies and you're traveling with that person, that is a very stressful situation. And believe it or not, to bring back a body back to the United States is extremely difficult. It's a lot of moving parts because not all airlines will carry bodies. Not all airports can transport bodies back to the United States. And then also on top of that, not all funeral homes in that country can ship bodies back to the United States. So it's a lot of moving parts. I would honestly tell you, even on our end, and we know how this moves and how to do this, it's at least 10 days. And it's just very, very stressful. And does anybody ever really want to have to deal with that? No, we don't even want you to have to deal with that. But unfortunately, it's kind of like a fact. But there's some other things too, like your passport got stolen. You're in a country and your passport gets stolen. Who are you going to call? Are you going to call somebody back here? Are they really going to know what to do? That's where you pick up the phone and you call Travel Guard, because that's where we excel in our assistance to help clients.
How many languages do your help desk speak?
Oh, we speak over 400 languages in office, but we have access to over 2,000 more outside of our office as well. And I tell people that too, right? You get sick in a foreign country, you don't speak their language, they're not speaking your language, right? There's another stressful situation. So again, you pick up the phone and you call Travel Guard, and we will interpret it, what the doctor says, and get back to you and tell you, okay, this is what's going on. And then so that you do have somebody to contact, so you know exactly what's going on with your medical, or maybe it's a loved one's medical situation as well. So that's another part of the assistance service.
And quite candidly too, like I said earlier, we have actually had clients that have had to be evacuated, out where they've had broken legs and different things like that happen to them, become real sick and wind up in the hospital. And then we even had one time where the client was joined by a nurse on the plane and flew her home and got her home in bed. So, and that was all through Travel Guard. Travel Guard picked it all up. It was very helpful. Stephanie and I could really do a lot of examples of different stories like that. But the main thing is, do you need travel insurance? I do believe so. Yes, and we're here to help with that too. So anyhow, just turn it back over to you, Joe.
Thanks. That's the best explanation I've ever heard about travel insurance, and food for thought. How can our members get more information on this topic?
Well, you can go to our website, which is Indy, and that's INDY, and then the word travel, TRAVEL, and then the word leaders, LEADERS, .com, and that'll take you right to it. Either that or call us here local in Indianapolis at 317-913-3300, or come by the office. We'd love to talk with you.
Thanks, Alex. I bet you'll get some calls. As I said earlier, school is never out for a financial advisor, and this summer, NAIFA-Indiana is providing some of our most popular continuing education events. June 17th at 8:30 a.m., Chris Barnhouse will present his highly regarded 5-hour long-term care insurance renewal CE course. We are all required to get 5 hours of long-term care insurance continuing education every 2 years, and this is a great way to get it. This will be a combined live and virtual event, but seating will be limited. So if you want to attend in person, which I think is the best way, make sure you make your reservations soon. You don't want to miss this. Chris will be including information about Deficit Reduction Act partnership and long-term care developments around the country. To register, click the link in this email or go to NAIFA-Indiana.org. On July 15th at 9 a.m., the inimitable Charo Boyd will present another of her incredible Social Security updates. Anyone who has attended one of her classes knows she provides a tremendous amount of information in a truly enjoyable format. I personally never miss one of her sessions. This is totally virtual and is certified for 2 hours of Life and Health CE. Register by clicking the link in this email or by going to NAIFA-Indiana.org. And don't forget the NAIFA-Indiana golf outing at the Golf Club of Indiana in Zionsville, August 26th, starting at 8 a.m. This will be the first time we've been able to get together since the pandemic, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you out there. It's also our major fundraiser, so come on out and support your professional organizations so we can continue our mission to advocate, educate, and differentiate our members. We can't do it without you. Together, we can take on anything.